This episode is a great showcase of one of the strongest aspects of Pokémon Horizons narratively. Its ability to have episodes broken down into multiple different segments, centered on different characters, usually 3 segments, one for each of the main characters, that all add value to the episode, that allow each character to shine, to contribute to the story, and to show off the many ways they have grown. Better yet, all these differing paths almost always converge at the end beautifully, seamlessly blending them and everything they brought to the table into each other, leading to one big confrontation or revelation that caps out all the things that were set up and built upon by the diverging storylines, making it feel like we got multiple small episodes in one that fit together nicely as a bite-sized arc of sorts. Episodes like this feel dynamic, constantly in motion and ever-changing. We seldom get a chance to catch our breath as viewers, which makes them thrilling and exciting to watch the whole way through. We are fully engaged the entire time, which is great. Of course, episodes like this almost always have a theme to explore or a story to tell via their use of multiple small scenarios that are part of one big picture. This episode specifically focuses on the impressive evolution of Liko, Roy, and Dot, which allows them to now stand on their own in ways they couldn't before, allowing them to continue evolving and to pursue their dreams independently. The search for Kleavor separated them, forcing them to face different ordeals, different obstacles, different conundrums that they rose up to the challenge of and overcame, proving yet again for like the umpteenth time how far they've come, how much they've grown, and just how capable they are now even when they are alone. Which is to say, without each other, or Friede, or anyone else from the Rising Bow Tacklers, or any other more experienced or capable trainers, etc., since of course they still have their Pokémon. Now, me saying that this is the umpteenth time is not meant to disparage the theme of this episode. It's just that I want to emphasize that we already know full well the extent of the incredible development of Liko and friends as characters and the trainers, since we've already had half a dozen episodes at least that highlight this. So we don't really need them to continue to hit us over the head with this. Yet they still do. It's always nice to see, of course, but maybe it's time to focus on something else. At least until they evolve massively yet again, to the point that it's worth showcasing and exploring just how and how much. Theme aside, there really isn't much about this episode that is noteworthy. Was it funny like when Quaxwell smacked Dot, Perrin, and Growlithe to force them to snap out of the trance Trevenant put them in? Yeah, totally. Were some of the battles in it, most notably Crocalor and Kilowattrel versus Shiftry and Mandibuzz, entertaining? Definitely. Was Perrin an absolute delight to have around? Heck yeah. Were we left eagerly awaiting the next episode? For sure. Now, did we learn anything significant about Kleavor? No. We did learn a few things about it, like how it marks its territory by leaving slash marks, either as a warning to keep others away or to lead others to it, hoping to be found. But nothing monumental was revealed about it. Did anything significant or meaningful happen in this episode? Nope. Are these things a sign of a bad episode? Not really, because not only are they things we expected, but they are also things that the next episode will surely make up for. Therefore, we shouldn't trash episode 72 for them. Everything we have discussed so far leads to only one conclusion. This episode was a fun and entertaining journey that allowed a great character to continue to dazzle us with her wonderful presence, and our main characters to once again show off the full extent of their amazing evolution and growth by putting them in situations that were both funny and cool, all to build up to the next episode, which will surely be thrilling, exciting, and significant. Of course, in order to fully show you just what led me to these conclusions, I have to break down the episode while analyzing it. So let's do that now. In this episode, Liko and company begin their search for Kleavor, guided by a picture Perrin took of it, which was not revealed to us in the previous episode, but we get to see it now. A very good shot that left me scratching my head, because this is clearly not the shot she took back in episode 68. But there's a reason for this. Kleavor actually ended up attacking her, and since she puts passion over safety, she snapped a picture of it. Unfortunately, her memory of what happened is fuzzy, so she is unable to pinpoint where this took place. Now, I love that she is rightfully praised for her picture, which delights her as she charmingly flaunts her photographic skills, which she has put to the test all over the world, guided by none other than Friede's Pokemon distribution map. The very same one Dot was seen using back before she joined the Rising Bolt Tacklers. A nice callback. As they resume their search, Perrin tells Friede that tracking down the 6 heroes is too dangerous for kids. But Friede assures her that they are evolving every day, so she should just wait and see. This conversation, of course, sets up the theme of the episode. Trouble soon finds its way to the group. Roy and Crocalor fall through a gap on the ground. Unable to climb back up, they decide to traverse the cavern before them, where they find several Noibat and Carbink. Everyone else keeps going only to encounter their own ordeal, a pack of Houndoom and Houndour eager to defend their territory from trespassers. Friede, together with Cap and Charizard, using Flamethrower, Double Team, Thunder Punch, and Air Slash, stay behind to buy time for Liko and the others to escape, which they do. Though Liko has to stay behind as well so that Dot and Perrin can get away. Floragato makes quick work of their pursuers with Magical Leaf and Quick Attack, though she and Liko end up separating from Dot and Perrin. At this point, everyone goes through their own little adventure. Dot and Perrin encounter the reason why Perrin's memory is fuzzy, a Trevenant who puts them in a zombie-like trance. Thankfully, Quaxwell snaps out of it by tripping on a rock, and he then snaps everyone else out of it with the smacking I mentioned earlier. Hilarious. Since Trevenant won't let them go, they must battle it. Quaxwell and Growlithe use Water Gun and Ember respectively to create steam to blind it. Quaxwell then uses Air Cutter to land a super effective hit that forces Trevenant to retreat. Dot soon uses the picture of Kleavor to pinpoint where to find it by analyzing the scenery around it, which features leaves only found in marshlands and a Dugtrio-shaped rock. She conveys this information to everyone else. Perrin is clearly impressed by Dot's resourcefulness. Once they reach the area where they suspect they will find Kleavor, Perrin wonders if Dot takes pride in her adventures. Dot shares her story, how she went from a shut-in afraid of the outside world to now being far more confident and courageous with the hopes of making up for all the time she lost in isolation. This prompts Perrin to share that she was in a slump recently, stressing over taking good pictures. She overcame it by realizing that just being engrossed in what she loves will eventually lead to good results. So she declares that Dot is already on a grand adventure. Dot is embarrassed and she brushes her off by saying time is money, a quote Perrin herself used earlier in the episode, making it ironic that this is used against her. I don't recall if this was a catchphrase of hers in the games. It could be. Speaking of, I'm pretty sure she did go through a slump in the games too. Meanwhile, Friede and his Pokemon successfully repel the Houndoom and Houndour, and they begin to search for everyone else from the sky. They soon learn what Dot figured out about Kleavor's location. Meanwhile, Roy and Crocalor make their way through the cavern. They soon find an exit. Once outside, they realize that they have some climbing to do, which Roy questionably chooses to undertake for real by using binds, even lifting Crocalor up using said binds. If only he had a flying-type Pokemon that could save him all this effort, right? Kilowattrel does end up having to lend a hand when a Mandibuzz and a Shiftry soon attack as one flying unit, which Crocalor and Kilowattrel mirror. Shift 3 uses Hurricane, which troubles Crocalor and Kilowattrel initially, though Kilowattrel soon uses it to trigger wind power, allowing it to land a powerful hit with Spark that also leads to friendly fire. Mandibus and Shift 3 retaliate with Dark Pulse and Razor Leaf ? Respectively. Kilowattrel avoids them and it circles around them, allowing Crocalor to land a hit with Disarming Voice, which is super effective on both opposing Pokemon who retreat. Meanwhile, Liko finds slash marks on a tree which she realizes are likely Kleavor's handiwork. She keeps going only to find more such marks, fresher ones indicating that she's getting closer to Kleavor. She wonders if she is being guided to it via these marks, but recalling that it attacked Perrin, she figures that maybe these are warning signs instead, that mean don't come any closer. In order to figure out which hypothesis is the correct one, she has Hattrem search for feelings of hatred, anger, and fear. Hattrem senses no such emotions, so Liko concludes that Kleavor has no ill intentions. When Dot informs everyone of what she learned regarding Kleavor's location, Liko shares what she learned about the marks she found, which soon lead her to the Duck Trio Shaped Rock, which is a lot bigger than the picture made it out to be. Seeing that wild Pokemon live peacefully on this mountain, Liko doubles down on her theory that Kleavor is not hostile. In fact, it might be waiting for someone. Everyone else soon arrives, with Roy questionably still choosing to climb up the old-fashioned way. I guess he loves mountaineering, huh? Seeing Liko and friends together eagerly discussing how to proceed from here makes Perrin realize that Friede was right. He says that Liko and friends forged a path in their own way, and all arrived at the same place. This conversation is of course meant to cap out the theme of this episode, to clearly outline it. But more than this, what Friede says here is not only true for this episode, but also for the journey Liko and friends have undertaken to this point. I just love how this episode not only showcases and highlights the evolution of Liko, Roy, and Dot, but it also serves as a microcosm of the journey that led to said evolution. Wonderful writing. The episode ends with Liko and company resuming together the search for Kleavor, who soon appears behind them like a ninja, seemingly watching over them as they look for it, proving that Liko's conclusion might be right on the money. So yeah, again, great episode overall. The battles were fun, the theme powerful, meaningful, and extremely well written into the episode. It unquestionably left us hyped for the next episode. It featured several funny moments. The multiple diverging storylines made it one dynamic experience, keeping us engaged the whole way through. And the Perrin got some more time to delight us with her wonderful presence. What more can you really ask for, right? Now, I'm sure you're eager to check out my reviews of the previous 3 episodes as well, so go ahead and click the links on screen. I'm also sure you would just love to support me directly, right? Well, check out one of the links in the description below. Thank you so very much for watching, and let's meet again in the next video.